Leo, let's get the party started.
All right, it's time to get this party started. Second game, best of 3 to begin between Team Falcons and Fnatic ONIC. As we get into this, let's break down the compositions one big time for everybody out there, because they didn't get to see much of the draft. We've got Few on the Vexana. We've got Ogwin already looking to play that Matilda. Not to mention, the first time we're seeing Kyle Teasy on the Lucas in this matchup with the addition of the Granger, of course.
Right. Echoing what Husky here, our Desco, said, that the Lucas luckily has the Matilda to support him. And if folks who are looking to bring this Lucas into your games, do build it this way. Impure Rage, Season Hunter, and what is that? That's not Thrill. Swift.
Yes.
All right, so a faster attack speed.
Phew! He's taken quite a bit of damage, but no first blood just yet, as expected from both of these high-class teams. Just a couple of battle spells lost.
Yep, that's a two-man TKO. ONIC Esports kicking out Team Falcons from that mid lane. And look, they're pushing in deeper. Kyle Teasy down to a tenth of his health.
Taking control over the tempo. I like what ONIC Esports is doing, but it could bounce back here. Now, Kyle, he's playing a dangerous game. Personally, for me, I hope that he goes back, but he gets a little bit of EXP. He needs to hit level 4 before the next turtle shows up.
All right, so the wings by wings help him cross that mid lane, and then going for that small camp should get him to that level 4. And then from there, does he go home, heal up, and then set up for the next turtle?
I think he'll have to, right? At this point, not too sure when this turtle is going to be spawning. Looks like it's going to be spawning soon. Although, I am a little curious about Luffy's priority, right? He's up against the Hylos. The Hylos can kind of just waste him. Just sits there and says, no, you don't get to move.
And luckily, there are those sure wins in the lane. That's one way to ramp up into your power spikes. Top lane is where the action will be going down. Upper quarter, this turtle already started out. Sans baiting it out. Flapteasy pulling it ever so slightly, already at level 4.
But look at the junglers, right? It looks like ONIC Esports has done a bit of homework here. Topside Few is getting blasted down for first blood thanks to Sans. One ult for a free kill. I'll take it any day.
Point blank. Gila gets the first kill of game number 1. Now the turtle down to a fifth of its health. ONIC Esports making quick work of it. Look at the back line. Boy, looking for one more. Ogwin barely gets away. Flapteasy keeping the purple safe for Kyle. Oh, man, I don't know how to feel about this Lucas right now.
I mean, hey, look, it's not Lucas's fault. A lot of it just came through the unfortunate interactions in the mid lane, right? The fact that we already saw Few losing out his flicker super early on in the matchup and then not hitting level 4 on time, it's a snowball effect. ONIC Esports is playing what the meta is asking of us right now, which is all about tempo. Apply pressure until your opponents tip over.
And as well, I think there is a range issue. The fact that Marco, one of the more, long-ranged heroes for Team Falcons alongside Few, isn't part of these scrims, isn't part of these bouts. So maybe when they do eventually collapse onto gold, that's where Team Falcons can catch up. But now with 1,000 between these two, I think ONIC Esports can do their best to just deny that rotation for Falcons.
Well, personally, I think it should be expected, right? Because, hold on. I mean, Keyboy should technically be okay here. He is Khalid. He still's got his flicker. He should be safe. Now, here's the big thing. Between Ogwin as well as Keyboy, we're expecting Ogwin to only start being, really, really useful 2 items onwards. Once he's got the Enchanted Talisman, spice things up with the Flask of Oasis. And, not to mention, he needs to unlock that Blessing first before he can start topping up his teammates.
Yep, and he's waiting with their power spikes. Keyboy can just keep railing himself into Team Falcons, and that'll have an effect on the map. While Ogwin, on the other hand, can't do that. The best he can is just clear bushes, make sure that the power spikes are hit.
Speaking of power spikes here, Ogwin might just be going down. Ooh, did they steal the camp as well? I think they did. Kyrie continues to have his EXP laid over Kyle Teasy. It's going to get a little frustrating here, but as we're talking about, right now, Keyboy with the ankle kicks right now, he's going to keep on doing it until it breaks.
That's right. You don't have to trip. The fact that you're slowing down is a big effect. That's a win in ONIC Esports' book, and the fact that we haven't really seen Super Marco much in action rings true for Savero as well. Especially since Savero can play cross-map. If there's a fight that breaks out in mid or in top, easily Savero can just whoop.
Just a quick SOD, and he's there. I think the shockwaves are being felt right now. Here we go, right on top of Lufty.
Glorious Pathway answered in with the Eternal Guard. Look at Keyboy to the back, fighting 2. Few is in trouble. Few barely alive, swiping away. Sans takes down Few once more. And now Keyboy getting in with Kyle Teasy, and the ramping up. The violence coming in from Kyle Teasy, unleashing the beast, biting down on the Sans, circling Eagle. Sans goes down 2 for 1, currently the trade. And now out goes Lutfi, slashing, missing the ultimate. And that is going to be the turtle scored by Team Falcons.
Good understanding, a great decision coming in from Team Falcons side. ONIC Esports initially looking to, be surgical with their strikes. Keep attacking Few. We've already put pressure on him. You want to hurt his ankles. You want to eventually break the bone. But Team Falcons, they didn't just take the turtle straight away. They went straight for the fight. And now delaying them. As you see the team trying to recover, they're going to take the T1. And they also reset tempo on Keyboy. Your pressure is done for.
All right, turret for turret, but the turtle still goes to Team Falcons, so they're slowing down ONIC Esports' early advancement as we ramp up into the mid game. We're post-laning now. How does Falcons fix this bottom lane situation? Do they go for the swap? Oh, it's a slow swap, yeah, because Marco goes through mid first.
I think they don't need to do the slow swap just yet. They just need to hover around his side of the map. However, how much do you really want to trade, right? You want to have that permanent econ damage against your opponent. So trading structures may not necessarily be the best option just yet, but I don't think that Team Falcons mind, right? Play the slow game at this point of time. Wait for the team to kind of scale up. Just rely on Kyle TZ as well as Flap TZ kind of set things up until Few can get back on his feet and Ogun can get 2 items. Super Marco, he's going to be supplementing everybody, right? With those Death Sonatas, he could not only open up the map, but actually enable the team to chase ONIC Esports down.
Yep, which, by the way, folks, is very doable, given that he has rushed a Malefic Roar, a Sky Piercer, and, just a little casual Fury Hammer. So he is hurting. It's dirty.
Is this cost efficient just yet? Because he's not getting a lot of value from the physical penetration just yet. Sorry, the percentage physical penetration that he's getting from the Malefic Roar. It's going to be useful later down the line unless Keyboy's got 15 stacks in 7 minutes.
But it's a cheaper penetration right now. Kyle Teasy, gets taken down. 4 men there. And I think Falcons played the map. They traded their jungler's life for that tier 1 in bottom. But I do think that, it's a clear sign they're just letting go of Turtle 3.
Yeah, they don't care about the turtle. The turtle doesn't really do anything for them anyways. If they can get this mid-tier 1, that'd be even better. But ideally, it's about slowing things down and actually enabling the fight to happen. If ONIC Esports bites down too hard, the hook's going to get caught in their mouths.
And so far, nobody fell for the bait. No one getting reeled in just yet as ONIC Esports takes that turtle. And Falcons understand that will springboard them about 2,000 gold ahead. The map looking equal. Gold lead on ONIC Esports. It's exactly where we found ourselves in the first 5 minutes. Looking at the damage here. How do they solve the Sans situation, man? Because look, Sans, he's dealing a lot of damage. Swiping, sending home dudes before fights start.
Yeah.
Who's the designated assassin?
There is no designated assassin, unfortunately. It's more so, can they poke him out before he pokes you out, right? Super Marco needs to get involved, unfortunately. He did finish the Hunter Strike. Oh!
That is a 2-man! Final slash, and 2 go down as well. Few and Ogwin out of here, and Keyboy gets out scot-free. And now they collapse onto Lutfi. Lutfi's still alive, swiping away the crystal drop, the slow. SOD, in comes Savero! And it looks like he wants to take down Kyle Deasy, and he finishes the job. Keyboy traded out for Marco, but he falls just as quickly off of Sans max range spells cast. Flap TZ, the only survivor.
Beautiful stuff coming out from ONIC Esports. They saw the angle to sandwich, and this is why they wanted the Arla in the first place. A good initiation tool, but the displacement is the most important part. Again, they keep going for Few and Owen. They keep kicking them at the ankles. It's really starting to bruise up here and swell.
And I think that's the major trip. The ankle kicks were going to add up to something, and that was a knockdown, definitely. Especially after trading 2 ults for 2 bodies. That's a trade I'll take any day. ONIC Esports now up almost 5,000 gold!
Look, it's 4.6 at this point in time. It's 9K in. Team Falcons haven't lost any tier 2s. They still hold on to the mid-tier 1. Let's see how much damage ONIC Esports is going to do with the very first Lord. I think that's going to be the real difference maker here for this team in terms of the econ. But at this point, I think that ONIC Esports also understands, hey, we might not be able to scale as hard as Team Falcons. Although, as long as we keep baiting Team Falcons into these neutral fights, that actually works pretty well for us. Let's keep it in these choke points.
And the choke points definitely have to be something they watch out for. unless Ogwin has a third eye, unless Ogwin has eyes behind his head, then these choke points are definitely going to belong to ONIC Esports. I do see a world, though, where FlapTZ can catch someone like this, forcing out a flicker from Sans, so that's definitely a win. I think they should take this slow. Look at Savero, though, top lane.
That's how they do it. Surgical coming in from ONIC Esports, really understanding their current game position throughout the match. I think that Team Falcons at this point is trying to get something out of ONIC Esports. But in this state of the game, ONIC just going to take their time with it. As long as they keep on working these sides, Team Falcons inevitably will just have to give way.
And now with the Lord here at about a half health, ONIC Esports knows this belongs to them. I don't know how Falcons could ever even think. Ludwig with a flicker, final slash. Coming in,
wow!
The collapse from Team Falcons. Glorious Pathway sit him down. FlapTZ pays the price, though. Lord still standing. Down goes Ludwig. Marco gets one. They're chasing down Kibo. Kibo in the back. Taking down double kill for Bulletproof Marco. Traded out for Kyle, TZ, and Flatfall. Few as well. Ogwin's down. Suddenly, Falcons just drop.
Impatience. Is it impatience? I think it was a very bold move, and the final kill coming through for Kyrie to get the full wipe out on Team Falcons. Yikes. I don't know how to feel about this one. Few flickering forward to try to make something happen there on top of the initial engage. Like Savero, I could see the angle that Savero is kind of out of the way from the rest of the frontliners of ONIC Esports, and maybe that's why they were looking for that initiation to begin with. However, they haven't hit the item power spikes just yet, and worst yet, Matilda only can pull one person at a time.
And this is that awareness we were talking about. Was it worth it to flicker that far? Was it worth it to win the initial trade and then think about it on the way out? I think, to be fair, Team Falcons might have put themselves in that situation. They overthought the engagement and said, yeah, if we do this, they're going to back off, and then we can collapse. But no, ONIC Esports did not buckle.
I think a lot of it comes down to the steps that Team Falcons need to figure out. They've understood two things. One, Lupti is looking for that initial engagement, the displacement, as I like to call it. But even more so, Sans doesn't seem to ever be out of position. They can't close the distance between him. So they first have to take out the fist of ONIC Esports, which is going to be in this Arlot. Next is to take out the backbone, which is going to be Sans. And then Savero is kind of leaning in between, being the blood flow.
Which is so difficult. You've gone through three major problems, and you still have the cores left untouched, Kyrie and Savero. So that's exactly what Team Falcons are trying to deal with right now. It's not just one mountain they're trying to climb, it's 3 or 4, and there's a real-world manipulation. Putting Kyle TZ down to a 10th of his health, barely surviving, already using the Beast Unleashed. Didn't even get to spit out that power ball, and they succeed in keeping their base up, but they lose all 3 inhibitors on the way in.
The macro's looking great for the side of ONIC Esports, getting all 3 waves to collapse just at the same time, and now threatening the crystal as well. Off of the very first Lord, it's not looking good.
Glorious Pathway set in, crashing through that rampaging sandstorm. ONIC Esports, they smell it. Waves crashing through top, mid, and bottom. Down goes FlapTZ. It's just a matter of time. Look at Savero hitting him up, and that is going to be game 1 towards ONIC.
Woo! What a game coming